everybody, I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report, and I'm really happy to welcome Mary Kate Connor from The Voice to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Mary Kate, how are you doing?
I'm so good. How are you?
Great, thank you. I'm so happy you're here.
Me
And
too.
the first thing I want to talk about is your battle round of anti-hero with Kylie Dane for Team Blake. It was
Yeah.
just fantastic. And when your performance wrapped up, Blake chose Kylie as the winner, but then awarded you the coveted playoff pass, a first time thing this season. So, what were you feeling as all this played out after your
It was absolutely insane. It's hard. I feel like I totally blacked out a bit. Like I don't fully remember it, but me and Kylie are just sisters at this point and such close friends that I think that for me when Blake announced that she was the winner, I was like more happy for her than I was disappointed. I was just really excited. And I like the way that it plays out is, they ask you, they're like, okay, what else do you have to say to your coach? So I was like preparing myself. I was like, okay, what am I gonna say to Blake? This is my last time. And Blake wouldn't even like let me get a word in. I didn't even start talking. He cut me off and then was like, you're get the playoff pass. And I just like broke down. I just like all of those feelings of anxiety and stress just washed away in that moment, and it was just so surreal. Like the confetti cannons, I didn't even know that was happening. It took me totally off guard. And it was just such a beautiful moment, and I'm just so blessed to have experienced that.
what advantages does the playoff pass give you in your preparations for the next time you're on stage on The Voice?
Right. So it's awesome because I basically just get to skip around. I got to skip through the knockouts and go straight to the top 20 or the playoffs. So I had a little bit more time to kind of relax and decompress because the battle round was by far the most stressful round. I think that when you're working with somebody that you're so close with, it's just a lot of anxiety because you're like, oh, you don't want the other person to leave, but you also don't want to lose. So it's totally just like something that was really really hard. And so I had the opportunity to go home for a week before I had to go back out to LA to do playoffs, and it was definitely just a blessing because I got to relax and kind of talk to my family, talk to my friends, and then just prepare my mind and my body to go back and do the playoffs.
Well, let's rewind to your blind audition, though, of Grace Potter and the Nocturnal Stars. Kelly and Blake both turned for you at about the same time. And then
Yeah.
Kelly said you nailed it and reminded her of Brandy Carlisle. Then
Oh my
Blake
God.
got your home state of Virginia mixed up with North Carolina, which was so funny. But
Yeah.
Mary Kate, how did you make your decision between them?
This is such a good question, and one that I still struggle to answer today. I think that in the moment, Blake talked to me a little bit. They didn't really show it about Nashville and his roots in Nashville, and that's one of my dreams. And I knew that like being on his team, I had potential to have opportunities in Nashville, and that was something that I was super super excited about. And honestly, like just a little voice in my head was just like Blake, like go with Blake, go with Blake, which is so funny because Kelly Clarkson has been like my idol since I was a kid. I did not think she was going to turn for me at all. So it was very surprising. And it was just like, I didn't really know what to do. And I just went, Blake, I choose Blake. Like it was totally just like a crazy moment, but definitely one that paid off. And I mean, I couldn't be more happy with my decision. And so, yeah, it was definitely very surreal.
What are some of the key things you've learned from working with Blake so far?
Well, Blake is one of those people that, like when I first met him, it was definitely, I was like totally in shock. I was like, oh my gosh, he's a celebrity. And then quickly, he just became Uncle Blake, like very quickly. Like within the first conversation I had with him, he's just definitely a normal human being. Like, celebrities are put so high on a pedestal, and we think that like they're just like these incredible like people, and Blake is just so down to earth, one of the most incredible people I've ever talked to. I felt like I could just talk to him for hours. And he really just taught me a lot about how to like be a performer and just gave me a lot of encouragement over anything, I think. And when working with him and Kylie, you know, there wasn't too many notes about, you know, our song or like the arrangement or anything. But he just was super encouraging. And I think that the thing that I took away from him was just more confidence, because he had so much faith in me and was so excited for me and Kylie for sure.
Well, I want to ask you though, what kind of support have you received from not only your teammates, but your family and friends?
Yeah. I mean, it's been overwhelming to say the least. I'm still in high school, so am a senior in high school. I'm graduating this year. So it was hilarious me walking into school after both my blinds and my battle aired. It was like so surreal because I just had my friends just like crowding around me, supporting me, lifting me up, and have just been so loving and been such a blessing through this entire process. I absolutely could not do it without them, and they have just been a rock. They are over here all the time to watch all of the show. Like they will come over during every taping to watch it with me and be excited with me for my friends. And then just have supported me and uplifted me through this whole, because it's stressful. It's stressful, especially juggling high school and being on a national television show. And they have just lifted me up and been so encouraging. And I'm very, very thankful.
Well, I want to encourage you as well. And I want to thank you so much for taking time out to be on Hillary's Happy Hour.
Thank
I want to
you.
wrap it up with a toast to you, Mary Kay, and your continued success on The Voice.
Thank you.
I'll see you in the playoffs. Cheers.
Cheers.